Hello and welcome back to the Misinformed podcast. Today, it's still midday. I don't know what I said tonight. I don't know what we're talking. Let's do that again. Let's do that again.
Start.
Oh,
Off
fuck
to
me.
a flying start.
I can't stand it. I hate this. Right.
Just
keep it in.
Keep
Ship
it.
it.
Just run straight through it.
Fuck
Through
it. All right, that'll do.
So
what have you done this week? I got there first.
Not a lot. I've been working. I'm back on that construction ting, so I've been a bit busy with that. Outside of that, I watched the Tyson fight.
Ooh.
Which was incredible for what it was.
But did you watch the Jake Paul fight? That's what's important.
I did. Do you know what I did? And
Yes, I did.
I thought that Nate Robinson, I thought he was dead. I was like, oh shit, Jake's killed a guy.
Can you imagine if that happened?
It's not like it hasn't happened before.
Yeah.
That was like, that's a legit knockout.
I hate to say it, but it was very impressive. Like, I wouldn't say very. It was impressive.
Yeah.
It wasn't very. It was all right.
I mean,
he did well. But he's fighting a guy that's like throwing basketballs for a living.
Yeah.
I mean,
neither of them Jake Paul is about as close to a professional as out of those two as you can get.
Yeah. He's had way more experience.
But it was impressive, man. It slept him.
Yeah.
Like proper.
Yeah.
Like
He was out.
it was a bit. Yeah. It was a bit much.
I'm pretty sure. I thought an ambulance was going to get called. That was pretty bad. It was pretty brutal.
And did you see Tyson talking about afterwards? Tyson thanking Jake Paul. Did you hear about that? He said like MMA and the UFC and all that's had boxing on its arse over the last couple of years, and he's like, "Thank you to Jake Paul for bringing eyes back to boxing." And I could not disagree with him more.
What the fuck? What is happening?
I don't
Mike
know.
Tyson saying thank you to Jake Paul.
I don't know because boxing's been over the last couple of years. Boxing's been better than it's been in years.
Right.
You've had the whole Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder thing.
Very cool. Very good.
You've had
Big fan.
guys like Gervonta Davis and that Ryan Garcia's coming up, who's very exciting, and like heavyweight boxing's really interesting. So
I watched. Sorry to interrupt. I watched that. What's he done? Is that a punching challenge or something?
Body shot challenge.
Yeah. I watched that again last night. Ooh, painful. Very painful. If you don't know, he does this thing where I don't know. Why would anyone agree to it? It's so silly.
I don't know how it started. I would assume that it started as like a gym challenge.
Yeah. So he punches people in the stomach, like just relentlessly until they are on the floor.
Yeah, and he can throw a punch as well. Like
very, very powerful. And he doesn't even look like he could do that. Like he's not like a big, strong. Like,
no, he's not like Shred City,
but he's just got the technique down.
Yeah,
very, very painful. Would not like to be on the other end of that.
No,
in any
situation.
Not at all.
And he's got a thing going with one of those Paul brothers.
Is he?
Jake or Logan? Whichever
it was
one
Jake.
it is.
I think it was Jake. I think I might have seen something about that.
Turned up at his house.
Yeah, they're trying to start some drama.
It's a bit cringy though.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's a bit too much for me.
Yeah, I saw. There's quite a lot of YouTubers do that. They try and there was this guy called Bradley Martin. You heard of him? Massive dude, huge dude.
I know the name.
He was, and there's another guy called Vitali HD, and apparently it's all rumored that they staged a fight at the last KSI Logan Paul match. So in the crowd, because apparently it's all alleged. So they went on a trip together a week before for a week. So they were friends.
Right.
They went to, I don't know where they went, but they went on a trip for a week before the event. And then when they got to the event, they started to fight each other. I was like, I'm going to kill you. Come on, dude. And it looked pretty convincing. It was I wouldn't want to mess with Bradley Martin. Jesus Christ.
Did you ever see the video of when it wasn't a UFC event? What was it? It was World Series of Fighting, I think. And Nick and Nate Diaz had someone who they knew who was fighting, and Khabib was cornering someone that was fighting. Whether they were fighting each other or not, I can't remember.
God.
But they all got in a fight in the arena at the side of the cage, like in the middle of the event.
What?
And they were throwing bottles and chairs, and
Holy
it all
shit.
spills out into the lobby. Like,
God damn.
it's legit.
That's...
And it was, but like, because that one, there's women running away screaming, and there's stuff being broken and whatever. But if it's just two YouTubers having a little bit of a shove around just to get some attention,
there's a very big difference between two amateurs fighting and having a scrap between two, like a whole bunch of professionals.
Yeah, but there's a difference between people fighting because they want the attention and people fighting because they genuinely
want to
like
kill
each
the other person.
Yeah, exactly. It's a dramatic difference in how
true.
it all plays out. You know,
it brings me back to the Conor McGregor fight when he jumped out of the ring. That was, I loved that. I loved it. Like the drama that it created. I was well into that.
I love the fact that he did it, but
it wasn't a good stand.
I kind of, it wasn't good for the sport.
No.
Which is the it seems to be like the overriding thing that most, like, as much as a lot of, like, when John Jones fought Daniel Cormier the first time, they fucking hated each other. But when the end of the fight comes and John Jones gives him the whole DX, like, suck it thing, that's it. It's done. They don't start. There's no like following each other out the cage, still pushing and shoving and whatever. They just suck it up and go, right. I think he won. I lost. Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, Conor definitely takes things too far.
He did that time for sure.
100%.
If you see him in the build up to the Cowboy fight at the beginning of this year and the build up into this Dustin Poirier fight as well, he's a lot more reserved, a lot calmer. He's not talking as much shit. He's still like there's a talking about how confident he is.
Yeah.
But there's none of that. Like with that shit with Khabib went too far.
Like he was talking about his dad and all that kind of crap.
And his wife and Chechnya and Al Qaeda and all sorts of shit. Like it got talking about his wife, like, and his kids. Like it all got a bit dark, man.
And then he got the shit kicked out of him.
And he got fucking destroyed. I don't care what anyone says.
No, he did.
That was
that was
a bully beatdown.
Yeah, that one. Like I've seen it so many times now. That gif of that one punch that he threw, and it just straight on the jaw, and and he was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah. To his credit, he popped straight back up.
Oh yeah. But like the speed, like how, like, I don't even think the camera caught the. Like you have to play it in slow mo.
He's very unorthodox, Khabib, as well, because he's more of he's not traditionally like a striker.
Right.
He throws things from a very weird setups and weird angles, and he's quite good at being hard to read. Yeah,
I imagine.
Like there's one sort of weird uppercut thing that he throws. It's like it sort of leans into it. It's very strange, but he's hit a few people with it and dropped a few people with it. Like it's.
Can you imagine?
Yeah,
like,
it's strange.
Just,
I can't imagine.
You wouldn't even know like what's happened.
No,
you're just on the floor. Like,
well, that's what they say. In it, it's the punches that you don't see coming are the ones that do the most damage. Yeah. But I can't think of a worse place to be. Like when, like that third or fourth round, when McGregor was on his back and Khabib was just stood over him, just leveling him.
Yeah.
I can't think of a worse place in the world to be than right there, because there's no escaping it.
And he's going for he's trying to kill you.
He's trying to punch your face into the floor. I can't think of anything worse than that.
Pain. Lots and lots of pain.
And then when you do try and get out of it, he just grabs hold of you and strangles you instead.
He's got to have like the strongest grip. It's unbelievable. Training with bears. Yeah,
there's a strength that like grapplers and wrestlers have that's just it's a freak strength, man. It's like it's similar to. I always thought it was similar to people that work on farms, or like people that are,
manual
do you know what I mean,
labour.
where they're shoving hay bales and all that, or shoveling pig pens and whatever.
Just reminds me of dad strength. They've just got that dad strength.
Yeah, exactly.
Times 10. Yeah.
One thing that did surprise me though was that Mike Tyson looked very, very good this weekend.
Yep.
Considering he hasn't fought in 15 years.
It's insane. He's so humble now.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, 15 years and a lot of weed will do that to you.
Yeah.
He said something at the end that kind of made me laugh a little bit as well, because he was saying everyone was concerned for Roy Jones Jr. And he's like, he fought 2 years ago. I haven't
Yeah,
fought in 15 years. Why is no
15
one concerned
years.
about me?
Because you're an animal. You're not human.
He did. He looked good though, man. Considering he's like 50, I think was he 53?
He wants to do it again, doesn't he?
I'm not mad at it.
No.
Let him do it.
Fucking hell, too right.
He looked great.
And raise money for charity. Like, there's no negatives.
No.
Just choosing his opponent might be.
Well, literally the next day, Evander Holyfield was on Facebook in gloves and like ready for war. I was like, oh god.
Just a bunch of old men fighting.
Holyfield still looks good though. Like, I mean, him and
Someone's gonna
Tyson, I
die.
suppose, are about the same age. I wouldn't be mad at seeing
What
those
would
two
happen
again.
if you're 53? Was he 53?
Yeah, it's around 50, somewhere around
53 and you get knocked out.
there.
That's bad. That's like, that's not good.
No,
that's
no,
not
it's
good.
not. That's a drastic change to the last years of your life.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, you get knocked out at what, 25? Get up.
Well, even then, it does. Like, there's never a good time to get knocked out.
I can't say I've ever been knocked out.
No, nor have I.
No. I wonder what it feels like.
I can't imagine it. I've come close. I've had the wobbly leg and
Yeah?
like the dizziness, but I've never been like all the way out. But that dizzy wobbly bit's so strange
Really?
because your body just doesn't work right.
You're telling
Like,
it what to do. Is it
you're
like being
thinking-
drunk?
Sort of.
Okay.
It's like your body's drunk, but your brain is. I don't know. It's different. It's similar, but it's different. Because I can remember thinking like about putting my feet and like planting my feet and trying to stand upright, and it was just my knees just wouldn't have it. I was just all over like a little baby deer. Like it
On
was
ice.
really weird. Yeah, really strange.
Oh, wow.
And then it just gradually comes back. It's a very weird thing to try and explain.
Yeah,
But being choked out is completely different. That's very surreal because you don't realize it happens.
you just fall asleep.
It just goes, and then you wake up 30 seconds later on the floor looking at the ceiling with a bunch of people over you going, "Come on, mate! Come on. What the fuck happened? What the fuck happened?"
Oh, I've been close to being choked out, but I've never actually been fully gone.
Well,
Can't
I mean,
imagine that. Does it make you feel sick? Like,
nah, not
No?
really. No, it depends. I mean, the times that I got it were like blood chokes, so it's like it cuts the blood where your arteries are.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
cuts the blood supply off to your brain, so it's very quick.
fucking
But an air choke I've never had, which is
that sounds. I mean, both of them sound very dangerous.
Cutting
Cutting the blood
I mean,
off your brain.
physically, they're not that bad for you. It's just
Okay.
like going to sleep and then wait. There's no lasting damage to your
Oh,
brain,
okay.
not like from a knockout.
Yeah.
But blood chokes are very quick,
Really?
and they're the ones where you don't know it's happened.
Fucking hell.
But air chokes, I've never been choked out like an air one before. I can imagine that being a bit more horrible.
It's suffocating.
Yeah.
Yeah, not good. Not good.
No.
What else have you been doing? You seen any documentaries or anything on Netflix? I haven't been watching that much Netflix.
No, nor have I.
Yeah.
I've been watching reruns and stuff. I've watched a lot of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, that's good. Apparently, there's quite a lot of people that are very unhappy with Joe Rogan. I've seen
Again,
that. Yeah, apparently he
there's always people unhappy. with
someone uploaded a video of him talking to Kanye West, and then they like intercut the points where he's chatting shit about Kanye West.
it. Right.
So he's like flip flopping basically.
Yeah.
Like it's got like 500,000 views on YouTube. So it's got quite a lot of people that are a bit, and all the comments like, "Wow, I've lost my respect for Joe Rogan."
But the thing is the stuff with him talking shit about him before they sat down and did the podcast.
Yeah,
So he's allowed to change his mind.
yeah, I'd say so.
This is something that really fucking annoys me. It's that like if you have a point of view when you're 26
Mm-hmm.
and then you change your mind when you're 36,
Oh, you're not allowed to do that.
you're a piece of shit.
You are the worst.
Oh, you are the worst person in the world. Like I'm not a fan of Nigel Farage. I'm not a fan of Nigel Farage. I think he's a prick.
It's a bit, yeah.
But
I agree.
if I meet him in real life one day and he turns out to be the nicest guy in the world, but just with terrible politics.
He probably is quite nice. He's probably a nice guy. I
don't think he is.
No,
nah, I don't think.
Like
he
to
is.
your face. Oh, maybe.
I don't think that he's a nice person in real life. But if he was, then you have to say he's a nice person in real life, but he's got terrible politics. It's the same with anyone else. You can't just endlessly hate someone for no reason, and then when you meet them and they are nice, not change your mind. Do you know what I mean?
You're not allowed to do that.
Do
you not know it's 2020?
20? Oh, it's just... I don't understand it. I don't understand, like, how... Someone was saying about this the other day when it comes to, like, political parties. I forget who it was. But it was saying, like, if you're a fan of Labour, you have to be all in 100% and agree with everything Labour says and disagree with everything that they disagree with, and likewise disagree with everything that the Tories say. Mm-hmm. And if you're a fan of the Tories, you have to agree with them wholeheartedly, 100% everything, and disagree with everything Labour says. There's no middle ground. And the reality is 99% of people sit in that middle ground somewhere.
Yeah.
So why are we not allowed to change our mind without being lambasted for it?
People really like drama. It's something to do.
I think
the internet does not help.
The internet fucked it all up for everyone, didn't it?
Yeah. I watched a really, really good documentary, The Social Dilemma, on Netflix, and it has made me want to delete my phone. Just throw it in the bin. Just I do not want that anywhere near me. It's a pretty scary.
So a lot of people have told me to watch it.
And
I haven't got around to it yet.
It's very good.
Can you give me a?
Break it
down. Give me some bullet points.
So, social network bad. There you go.
Okay.
Is that too much or
no? It seems very accurate. Just how?
So it boils down to the algorithms that these big companies are using to keep your attention on the site, because that's how they make money, because your attention is what makes you see ads, and that's how they get paid.
Yeah.
So these algorithms are using machine learning to find there's millions of users now, like fucking 70 million. Yeah, so many. So it can take that data and refine it ever so slightly and then test on a certain amount of people, and then if it increases the amount of time you're on the site, it can then do that again and again and again and again and again. So it's rewiring like a part of your brain to just always want to look at Facebook and always want to look at Twitter and always want to look at YouTube and stuff. I mean, it's working because I fucking love YouTube. Like, I spend so much time on YouTube, right? But it boils down to social networks are causing a massive polarization of people, because they're going on these like Facebook and they're seeing only things that they're interested in, which is causing them to getting involved with
confirmation bias.
Yeah. So it's like an echo chamber of all their own thoughts, and like they're always right. Everything that they think is right because that's all they're seeing, and because the algorithm wants them to stay on the site, that's all they're showing them.
Oh, Christ.
Because that's what's going to keep them engaged. That's what's going to see more ads. So people are going on Facebook, seeing all flat earth shit and whatever and getting involved. But it's causing people to like just spread further and further and further apart. Yeah.
It's such a weird, like, I don't know. It's the way that it's happened. I've noticed it over the last few years is that people don't post things on Facebook or whatever the same way that they used to when it first turned up. Like before, it was like, drop the kids off at school, go get some breakfast and go and see blah blah blah, blah blah blah. It was about people's lives, and what they were doing on a day-to-day basis. Whereas now, I struggle to find, like, I can scroll through mine for 10 minutes and not find anything that someone's actually written. It's all just articles and memes and weird shit that people are just sharing. It's not. You're not even creating your own content, or your own sort of input into it. You're just recycling everyone else's. It's very strange.
Mm-hmm. And I can't stand going on Facebook. I went on it the only thing I use Facebook for is that Messenger, because that's great. I mean, free messaging, whatever.
Hmm.
But you go on their site, and it's literally the first thing is someone's either tagged someone else in one of those group posts, and you see that, and then the second thing is always an advert.
Yeah.
Just straight away, the second thing you see is an advert.
But that's how they make their money. This is the thing that worries me about Facebook, is that they don't really have any interest in maintaining the happiness or the well-being of the people that use it.
Fuck no.
It's just for generating money now.
It's a money printer.
Yeah.
It's just.
And Mark Zuckerberg, have you watched some of his things where he's talking to the government, Congress or whatever it is, those interviews that he has to give?
Yeah.
He like.
Do you think he's human?
I don't. No, I do. No, I do. I do, because he's the quintessential like kid that was bullied at school and now has got too much money and wants to make everyone.
He owns the world.
Yeah. It's like, I don't understand how Facebook got to the point that it's at, where it's
still growing.
Yeah.
It's still growing.
I don't understand how it's still growing. I don't understand when people. I mean, do people just not see it for what it is?
They just think of it is what I always take it back to. My fiance, who she sits on Facebook, and then she'll go to the video section, and then she'll just scroll.
Yeah.
Fucking hours.
Yeah.
Just scroll. Just keep watching videos. Like, I feel like is that not just mushing your brain? Like, it's
what's the difference between going to the video section of Facebook and scrolling, or going to your front page of YouTube?
There's no difference.
Is there no difference at all?
I mean, like, it's still trying to recommend things that you enjoy and you engage with. They're both the same thing.
Yeah.
They're both trying to recommend you content that you're going to stay on their site.
Yeah.
And watch more ads.
But
it's good at it. It knows so much about me.
Do you think we're beyond the point of no return?
Yes. How can it go backwards?
Well, you just get rid of it.
You can't. Who's going to do that? Realistically, Facebook is not going to just go, sorry, we'll turn it off.
No, but could it end up like MySpace did?
I'm highly doubtful. There's too many users now. There's too many people that rely on it.
Yeah.
Like, I use it. I mean, like, a lot of people use it to message people.
Yeah.
Like, you used to text people. I haven't texted someone in. I can't even remember the last time I text someone. It's just Facebook Messenger. Yeah. And now they own Instagram. They own WhatsApp. They own probably countless amounts of other companies that are small startups that they just buy because they're scared.
Yeah. That's the bit that worried that was a bit of a freak out but that first time he went to the congressional hearings or whatever it is they're doing in America, where they subpoenaed a load of his text messages.
Oh, fucking
and they said he's showing classic sort of monopoly behavior, where he's talking about companies that are starting up. He's like, right, we need to buy it now before it gets to a point where it's a rival.
Yep.
And I tend to think that if you have to buy everything else that is even close to a competitor to you, it's because your product isn't actually that good.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you've got competition, you should, and you're the best one, you should be able to beat that competition based on the merits of your own product.
Can you name any competition to Facebook?
There's Twitter. I don't mind Twitter as much.
I think Twitter's great. I honestly, I think it's. And there's some problems, but
there was another one.
I can't think of like say
Bebo.
Do you know that turned into a live streaming platform?
Did it really?
That's the same name, Bebo, from what we used to have it back in the day.
Yeah.
Turned itself into a live streaming app for Twitch.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if they're still about now, but that's what they. Yeah, I thought that was very strange. It was what was I going to say?
There is. Do you know what? There isn't really an alternative.
There's no competition to Facebook. Like for an app that, I mean, Twitter's kind of the same, but it's not. It's not really the same.
Yeah.
Like, I can't see. It's short form. I mean, it's 240 characters now, isn't it? Not 140 or 120, whatever it was.
And the thing is, the thing that really annoys me is if I go on Facebook and I see a picture that is interesting, like say it's, I don't know, it's a man with his dog, and it has like one sentence and it has Seymour, and you press it, and there's a fucking article there. Like, I'm not going to read it.
No.
No one reads those.
No.
They just look at the picture, read the first paragraph, and share it.
Funny meme.
Yeah.
Next.
Can there be an alternative though? That's the with the way that Facebook operates, with its like endlessly just buying up stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I've heard about them buying up companies and then just shutting them down.
Mm-hmm. That should be illegal. But
Is there a way for there to be any legitimate alternative though?
It needs to have more innovation, but there's also the problem of like, I can't remember what the name of it is, but it needs to be big enough already to acquire more users, because it needs to have. It's like what's that problem? So it needs to have enough users to make people want to sign up to it, but it can't because there's no users on it.
Yeah.
So you're not going to sign up to something that none of your friends have signed up to. But your friends aren't going to sign up to it because it's so hard. It's like a chicken and the egg
I know
problem.
what you mean. I know what you mean. It's and the only way to advertise things now is on social media, and there's no way that Facebook and Twitter and Instagram are going to let you advertise a new social network on their platform.
I've been reading a lot of or watching a lot of stuff about Elon Musk, and he was saying the best way to make, because Tesla spend no money on advertising. They spend zero money on advertising, and the best way to make something is to make a product that people love.
Yeah.
And they'll just word of mouth. They'll spread it to their. Like, I talk about Tesla all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I love their company. I love the products they make. So the next social network would have to be so good and so do something so special that people want to talk about it. People want to say they're friends on it.
And it has to be able to grow organically.
Yeah. Like,
so it needs someone that's got a lot of money to put behind something to just sit back for.
I mean, do you remember Google Plus? Did you ever hear about that?
Yeah.
Google Plus, it's gone. It's dead. They've canned that. That's gone. That was supposed to be.
That's on the heap with MySpace and Face Party and.
It was supposed. Yeah, they tried so hard with that. It was shit. It was awful. Like, I don't know what they were thinking, but it was terrible. But no, you can't. It was no competitor to Facebook. It was supposed to be, but it was shit. I don't know what.
I don't understand how Facebook. I don't understand how it got to the point that it's at. I mean, it's when he's being pulled in front of hearings to talk about how Facebook influences elections and foreign policy for governments and national security and all this sort of stuff. I'm like, it started off as a fucking social media.
Yeah, it started off as a.
What I mean is, what made it so much more successful than the others? Because it's realistically, it's not that different to MySpace and Twitter.
So
there's not much.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think I know the answer, and it's machine learning. Because they didn't have that before. They didn't have the ability to take fucking millions and millions and millions of points of data, tweak it slightly, run that test for a couple of days, see what comes out of it, like A/B testing. Yeah. They've got like branches and branches, and they can just create something that's so addictive, because Facebook is addictive, 100%.
Yeah,
like they know how to do that now, and like that. I think that's the difference between MySpace, which wasn't. I don't think it's even in the league of Facebook. Like MySpace.
No, but they all started around the same time, didn't they?
But like I think that's what Facebook did differently. They did a lot of iterations and a lot of like testing on their users to see what works and what doesn't. So how many times has the Facebook layout changed?
I don't know.
Like, it changes every year, I swear.
Really?
I think it's probably gone through about maybe. I've gone through about maybe 4 or 5.
Well, I never log onto it on a desktop or a laptop or anything. The only time I ever use it is on my phone.
Right.
And even then, I can tell that it looks a bit different.
Yeah,
I don't really pay attention to it.
But those little slight differences that you're seeing are the result of millions and millions of different branches on that fucking machine learning tree. Just ever so slightly to get you to look at something a little bit longer.
Do you think they've got like an end game that they're working towards? Like, do you think all this, like the AI that they use and the monitoring of stuff that's trending and what works and what doesn't, and ads and the controlling the flow of it, who gets to see what information. Do you think that they're aiming for this sort of social media utopia point? Do you know what I mean? There's going to be a day where they sit back and go, right, well, this is what we wanted to achieve.
We are done. I don't know. I think that just
because there's a few ways that it could go. Like, I would quite like them to just get rid of all of those algorithms and you just see everything for what it is, and then you can just read through it and make your own mind up.
Mm-hmm.
Because all this division between people that are on the left, people that are on the right, but like what PlayStation, Xbox, PC, Mac, like whatever it is, like wherever there's a divide, social media and Facebook especially makes that divide worse. It makes it bigger and more. It makes the extreme elements of it far more aggressive as well.
Definitely.
And I wonder if that's something that they're trying to manufacture deliberately, because it keeps people engaged.
I hope it's a byproduct that they haven't really. I really, really hope it's a byproduct of something that's an algorithm. And they're trying to just get people to stay on the site longer, but. Because
that makes sense.
They want to make more money.
If your screen is full of stuff that you're into, then you're going to spend more time looking at it.
Exactly, yeah. Like, they're going to pocket and shit. Their investors are going to be happy and everyone's going to be happy.
But why can't there be a ratio to it? Like 75% stuff that they know you like, 25% of the stuff they know you don't like.
On this documentary, they were talking about the CEOs having little dials that, like, literally little dials that they could tweak. And the guy said that, if I want to create some more drama in Nigeria today, I can just turn up that dial. If I want to get a few more users in, I don't know, Canada, I'll just turn up this dial.
Really?
That's what they said.
Well, but it's not literally a dial.
Well, probably not, but like, that's the metaphor they used. And these people were like ex developers at Facebook, at Twitter, high up directors at these companies saying these things. Like, honestly, you should watch it. It's incredible and very terrifying.
See, like, so many people have told me to. I felt about it the similar way I felt to like Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad. Is that so many people were telling me to watch it that I just didn't want to.
Fuck this.
Like, it's so good. It's so good. I was like, okay, I get it. It's good. It's good. Just shut up about it. Like, I don't like. Do you know what I mean?
It is. It's definitely worth a watch, in my opinion.
I'll give it a go. My mum watched it.
Yeah.
And rang me at like 11 o'clock at night. You have to watch it. You have to watch it. I was like, all right, mum. Yeah, I'm not going to watch it now. No, you should.
Put it on.
Meanwhile, she's on nothing.
No?
No, she's got an Instagram account to keep hold of my brother while, my brother lives in New Zealand.
Yeah.
So she has an Instagram account so she can see what he's doing and have a chat with him, but that's it. No Facebook, no Twitter, no nothing. And she's incredibly happy, which kind of makes me think that she's got it right.
Does she read the newspapers?
She does bits on YouTube and like TV news a little bit, but not really.
It's it's worrying.
It's
very worrying. Where are we going? Like, what's gonna?
I don't know.
What's gonna happen in 20 years when Facebook have perfected?
We're
just glued to our screen.
I don't think that Facebook can continue on this trajectory that it's on.
Mm-hmm.
I think at some point, either everyone that uses it or like society as a whole is gonna start to either phase it out because something better comes along, or just forget about it because it's like it is what it is. Like, people get bored with stuff.
Yeah. I feel like
I don't know that they can just continue like this forever, because where does it end? Like, it's not
a completely connected Earth, all on Facebook, all with HTC Vive. No, what is it? The fucking Oculus. All wearing Oculus, staring at ads all day.
I don't know. I have to maintain a little bit of faith in humanity and just say that at some point we're going to go, enough's enough.
I really hope that we get out of this. People like having things for free, So we are the product. I'm
Yeah.
hoping people start wanting to pay for things instead.
I think that's starting to happen though.
I mean, what, Netflix, Amazon Prime, like
Disney Plus,
yeah, there's so many of them. Hulu,
everything that I use for entertainment now, almost everything is stuff that I pay a monthly subscription for, whether it's Netflix or Spotify or
yeah, for sure.
whatever.
Excuse me.
The reason that I like those things is because there's no ads.
Yeah.
Like I love the fact that there's no ads on Netflix.
ads.
If Netflix ever put ads on, that'll be the day that I cancel.
They tried, didn't they? Well, I think
they did way back in the day. I think when it first started, they did.
Yeah, I know they started doing adverts for their own. Is that Netflix or is it Amazon Prime? I'm not sure, but if you watch something, there's a chance that you get an advert for another thing on Amazon Prime or Netflix.
Yeah, Amazon will do that, and then Netflix. If you watch I don't know, say you watch The Terminator, and you get to the end of the film, and it'll give you like 3 because you like this, maybe you like this, and it'll play you a trailer of something else. But there's no Raid Shadow Legend. There's nothing like that. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
if
I
I
have
see
been
that
a part of
ad,
that.
if I see that ad one more time, oh god, it does.
No comment. Not saying anything.
Do you know what? That's the thing though. Like I don't even know. I've never played that game, but yet I know everything about it just because of those. I've never even played it.
Yeah,
that's the proof's in the pudding, isn't it? When you can never have touched anything, you've never downloaded it, never opened it, never signed up, never done anything, but you know everything about it just through the ads.
I don't know where they get their money from. I'm kind of worried to talk about it.
Well, someone's got deep pockets somewhere.
Yeah.
Is it? Obviously, it's been made by some kind of game studio somewhere.
Yeah. Yep. Not saying nothing.
Okay.
Oh dear.
It is interesting that there's only 2 social medias, though, isn't there? Really?
Yeah.
I don't really count Instagram. I don't think that counts.
Yeah.
Not in the same way.
Yeah, I don't, because you don't really.
It's not the same.
It's different, isn't it? It's definitely different.
I mean, I prefer it to the other 2
Mm-hmm.
because, especially now that they do you can do long form video on it and everything else.
Oh, didn't know that.
Instagram TV and
I saw that. Yeah, I saw
all that sort of stuff. Like it makes it more interesting. But like, it seems mental to me that there's that and there's 2 others, Facebook and Twitter, and that's it.
You got Snapchat? That's not really a social network, is it? I mean, is it? You can kind of add your friends on it and stuff.
Do you know what? They got rid of Vine years ago.
Yeah.
And then Snapchat turned up, which is essentially the same thing.
And then you got TikTok.
And then you got TikTok, which is the same thing again.
Yeah. They just didn't find a good way of monetizing it. Then. I don't know how. Is there ads on TikTok?
I don't know. I've never used it.
I don't know.
You got to assume that there is.
There must be, because you don't, unless, do you pay for things? I really don't know about TikTok.
Well,
I feel very out of date when it's like.
We're probably not the best people to be talking about TikTok.
No. It's very, very popular though.
Yeah.
Like scarily popular. Like you can put something up and then the same hour that can have like 100,000 views. Like not even if you've got like 100,000 followers.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like you can be a brand new account or like let's say whatever, a newish account, and if you put something up that's funny, you have the potential to reach so many people. It's so powerful. I don't know how they've done it.
So how does that, if people aren't like,
I've been on it a few times. You have a For You page, which is basically your recommended content,
right?
And you just scroll up.
So you have people that you can follow.
Yeah, you can. I get. Yeah, you can follow people. I think you can follow people. I don't know if there's any other thing, but yeah, you just scroll up and you can double tap to like it. And then the recommendation algorithm.
So it's almost like a combination of all of them rolled together, but just for video.
Yeah, very short form video as well.
That's interesting, man.
So I don't know how they get over the whole, because you can use music on it. I think it was originally like this app that you can dance to music. So, but I don't know how they get over the copyright.
Yeah.
I really don't know how they do it. Because there's songs on there that are definitely copyrighted.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, everything's copyrighted to some extent. Like, it's a.
Don't know how they do it. It's magic. Unless they pay. What's that thing you talking about? Like some licensing.
Buy a license, yeah.
But that would be for every user, right?
Because certain elements of the music industry do deals with apps and social media and stuff to have their music included, because it's another
free promotion.
It's another way for them to draw eyes and ears to their product. Like, if you hear a song on TikTok and and you like it, it encourages you to either go and buy it or look it up on Apple Music or Spotify or whatever. Like,
yeah, I agree. Did that door just move? I don't know. That's kind of creepy.
It's a ghost.
Oh God.
I like that. That night we was in here late, and he was like, "Oh, just make sure you let the say goodbye to the ghosts before you leave."
So we rent out a little studio place for this podcast, and it's in quite an old building.
Very old building.
Yeah. How old? It's got to be. This must be so old.
Do you know what? Honestly, I haven't got a clue.
Fucking well old. I'd say like earlier than the 60s.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah.
It must be. Yeah, it must be
like
more than
40s
50
maybe?
years old, I'd imagine.
But there's definitely ghosts. There's gonna be ghosts in here.
Definitely.
100%. Oh, talking about ghosts. When I was younger, right, we, me and a friend of mine and another friend of mine went down into the castle that's in our town. We have a castle, okay, British, cool stuff. And we went down there into the moat at night time. You know the castle I'm talking about?
The one, this one or the one down the far end?
The closest one. And I don't know if it was a practical joke on my friend's part, but I didn't see him move. But we went down there, and my friend went, "If there's anyone here, like, do something." That just fucking moved again.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went down there, and I shit you not, inside of the castle, there was someone was kicking the wall, like boom, fucking
trying to get out.
Yeah, like bang, bang, bang. I can't imagine if there was someone inside that they would have been able to hear our voices from outside, because we was like whispering.
Yeah.
But that was like, I went like completely white, like fucking shit myself, ran up the thing. I ain't doing that again. Yeah.
I grew up like
no.
I grew up in Dover and at the back of at the back of my garden there was all these fields and hills and whatever that went up to these old Napoleonic forts.
Oh yeah.
And moats that were up in the hills, the Drop Redoubt and all these other, like the Grand Shaft that goes all the way down to the seafront and all that. And there was this one spot. So you used to go into a moat, which was maybe 20 meters deep, I suppose, all brick up the side. Have you been in them before?
Yeah.
Have you ever been? So you go in, and then did you ever go through the bit where you have to climb up the wall and in the window?
Yeah. Fucking
and
terrifying.
You go into Devil's Alley.
Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, I remember that.
We went, I can't remember how old I was. I must have been about 16, 17. And we decided to go down Devil's Alley. And it's a really low brick tunnel.
Yeah.
And it's got like a gas pipe or something running down the middle of it. Have you ever been down it?
I think I remember it, yeah.
It's got like a gas pipe that runs down the middle. And it must be a mile long.
Yeah.
So long. And it's pitch black dark because you're deep underground. And then when you get to the end, it opens up into that big room.
Yep.
And we walked. We had lighters that we. What do you call it? Genied them. Where you
genied the light.
You overpower the gas to get this big flame. So there's like 6 of us, all these lighters, all like struggling down. And then we get to the end, and it opens up into this big room. And there's a man on a lilo asleep in the corner, like a homeless guy. And we sort of stopped, and he looked at us, and we looked at him. And then he picked up a pitchfork, and we were like, "Shit!"
Fucking hell!
It, like the fucking Blair Witch, like just trying to get out this tunnel. He never he must have got to the doorway into the tunnel and then just turned around and just scared us out the room.
Yeah. I bet he
terrifying.
I bet he was pissing himself after that. I bet he loved it.
What I don't like.
Was he real? Ooh.
It was. Oh, I don't know, I've never been so scared.
Yes.
Like it was crazy, crazy how scared I was. I got to the other end. I was just like, I'm never going back in there again.
Oh.
Never. Meanwhile, the lads that I was with were so annoyed with it that they went back 3 days later and popped his airbed.
Oh.
It's like, you utter bastard. That's such a... Can't pop a homeless man's airbed.
Oh no.
Yeah.
They've just lost all their karma for their entire life.
Yeah, oh yeah.
God
But they
damn.
used to have raves in there and all sorts.
Really?
Like that main room, as you went through the window into that main room, and it had all the spray paint all over the walls, and
Yeah.
all the people have been up there and written all that devil worship stuff all in it. And
Horrible.
you could go. There was like a flight of stairs, wasn't there? That was like on the edge of collapsing.
Yeah.
So down to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
up onto the roof. And you go up onto the roof and they'd set a DJ up and whatever, and they'd have like
Fucking hell.
full on, because the police couldn't get, you block that window up
Yeah,
and the
you
police
can't
couldn't get
get
in. So they just
That's
rave
brilliant.
out up there till like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the
Fucking
morning.
hell.
Yeah, right. I've seen some shit up there. It reminds me of like all the graffiti in there. Did you ever watch Candyman?
No. I
Ah,
think I
right,
have.
okay. So there's a bit in
Not very good
Candyman with this
scary
big,
movies.
there's this like battered up old house. I haven't watched that film. Scared me so much when I was a kid that I've almost never watched it again. Like, I must have been 11 the first time I watched it, and it
Fuck that.
scared the fucking life out
I
of me.
bet. Jesus.
But there's this doorway, like in this derelict old house with like graffiti all the way around it. And it just that drop redoubt reminds me of that every time.
Ooh.
I used to call it Smoky. Going up the moats into Smoky.
Oh.
It was fucking terrifying.
I wouldn't. Oof. I went. It reminds me of a story when I was probably about 13. We went to my friend's house for a sleepover, and he lived on this massive estate with like, he's got a massive garden, and there was like forests all the way around his garden and whatnot. And it was a couple. I think it's about 4 of us in total. And we literally the night before we watched the Blair Witch Project in this little like room. And I fucking hated that film, horrible. But then we were out in this forest at like, it was probably only about 9 o'clock, but it was dark, right?
Yeah.
It was dark as shit, and we got a little bit lost. And then my mate just turns around and goes, "Oh, you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the Blair Witch Project." And we're all just like, "Shut up!" We're just fucking terrified in this forest, lost. Oh, mate, never again, never again.
You don't do well with horror films.
I
do you?
can't handle horror, and I've got a VR coming, and I know she's gonna make me play a horror game. She's gonna force me.
I'm
to do
going to
it.
make you do it just so I can video it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to happen, and it's going to be... I've done it before. I did it on... My friend had the VR, and it was this, like, haunted house game, and it wasn't even much. Like, it's just because the VR, it's so immersive, and, like, the sounds are the worst part. Because they get the sound...
makes it way worse.
Yeah, the sounds are, like, they're so well designed. And I was in this, like, haunted house, and I had to go into a room or something, and there was, like, a rocking chair in there and shit, and the lights started flickering and whatnot, and I'm just like, literally, like, Alice got a video on it on her phone somewhere, and I just collapsed to the floor and just like take the headset off, like, I can't.
I need to see that.
Fucking horrible. I can't
After
stand
watching
it.
you, what was that game you was playing the other week?
Oh, Phasmophobia.
Yeah, after watching you play that, that was.
That game makes me sweat.
I know that it's hard to have so many people see that video because it. Like,
it's funny. It is funny.
But dude, it is so funny. It is so funny.
Yeah, I can't handle horror. I don't know what it is. I just can't. That game is. Ooh.
I had it years ago with that game, Fear.
Yeah, I know that one.
I had it with that. I can remember there was a point. It was like a first-person shooter, wasn't it? And you were walking through a school.
Oh.
And there was like a big corridor with the lockers all down the side, and then it starts flashing, and the door start thing, and that little creepy fucking woman pops up.
Kick it. Yeah. Oof.
Terrifying.
Jump scares are the fucking worst.
I don't mind stuff making me jump.
I can't.
Stuff making me jump doesn't really bother me because it's just like you go, oh, okay, right, yeah, okay.
Nope.
But the ones that get me are the prolonged ones. That
You should play Phasmophobia.
no, I don't want to play.
You should play. There's parts of that game, right? The idea of the game is you're in a team or by yourself trying to discover what kind of ghost is in a house.
Right.
So that house is always going to be haunted of something.
Yeah.
You have to go in there. And the worst one is sometimes that ghost won't react if there's more than one person in that house. So you have to go in there by yourself.
Ugh.
It is...
That's very clever.
Very scary. And it's on VR. It is made in VR, and I will be playing it regretfully. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to have to because I'm going to be forced to do it.
So what with the VR thing? What are you looking forward to with VR?
Rock climbing. That looks pretty sick.
It does look very cool.
Racing looks cool. It's not really Subnautica looks pretty fun. It's like you're underwater kind of thing.
All right.
You can like do stuff. It's like a survival game but underwater. It's pretty cool. Pavlov, which is a realistic military simulator, guns and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
And it's like accurate as fuck. So you have to like proper reload your gun properly and shit, and your gun gets jammed and whatnot. Looks pretty fun. I'm looking forward to trying to record some content with it because I think that because you can see your hands in the recording and you can see how other people's bodies actually are and whatnot, it makes it like you can get some proper good content out of that. And I'm pretty excited for that. So
have most Steam games got a VR component to them? Like the most popular ones?
Yeah, I suppose the popular ones. The thing that annoyed me the most is I had to buy Skyrim again for the VR. Like we already have Skyrim. We have Skyrim normal. We have Skyrim. They remastered it. I can't remember what they called it though. And then they got Skyrim VR that you have to buy again. And it wasn't even that good. Like on the last headset we had, it was like Alice played it and she got motion sickness almost straight away. Yeah, like she had to take the headset off, sit down because it's like gonna throw up.
Oh wow!
I'm praying that it doesn't happen with this one.
I'm sure.
I'm hoping it won't because it's like the Valve Index is the best in the industry at the moment. I'm praying.
Well, I don't think they'd be pumping it out so much if it.
Yeah.
If it, like you would like the thing with the Oculus ones and the HTC one that gave people motion sickness way back in the day. Mm-hmm. Was that like the Oculus especially? Was that you could buy the developer's kit? Yeah. So it was like a very basic version of it. It was like very early.
That keeps creaking over there, and I'm looking at it.
There is something creaking.
God, I hate it.
I can see how tense you are from here.
I can't stand it. Like we were laying in bed the other night, pitch black room, and Alice goes, "Do you remember watching The Grudge?" Cheers, mate. Yeah, thanks. And she's like, "Oh, you remember how it used to go on the ceiling? You know, like when it was just you're just sitting there." And I'm like, "Oh."
I have to watch something like Jem likes horror stuff and like creepy stuff, and I don't mind a thriller. I just can't do films that are just gore for the sake of gore. Like my comparison was always like did you watch the first Saw? Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. Amazing film. But Saw 6 or Saw 5 or whatever. The dog shit. Just finding creative ways to kill people, and that's like there's something to be said for it, I suppose. But I don't find it entertaining. But I have to if we watch like say I watch Saw in the evening, I have to watch something funny before I go to bed. I have to, even if it's just like The Simpsons or like South Park or whatever it is, like something that's the exact opposite of that, because I know if I watch Saw and then go and lay in bed, I'm gonna torture myself in my own dreams. Yeah,
I genuinely remember typing in funny dogs on YouTube, like after watching something scary. Like actually, I did that. Yeah, it worked. It was great. Yeah, funny dogs.
That's so funny dogs.
Funny
That's
dogs.
so funny.
Can't handle it. I don't know what it is about me. I just can't handle
What's it like?
being scared. It's horrible.
I think it's just like everyone's got something that they just can't handle. Like I can't be in the same room as a snake.
Really?
I can't do it.
It's just a snake. I mean,
No,
I
it's
understand that
not
if
just a
poisonous.
snake.
If it was a poisonous snake,
It's
forget
it's
it.
one long, hyper strong muscle that is just designed to kill things by squeezing them to death.
What if it's a little one, like a little baby garden snake?
No, because they're the poisonous ones. And
Oh, okay,
No,
fuck.
just want to just squeeze its head just until it.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
I fucking hate snakes.
So the first thing I'm going to get when I get that VR round here is a snake game.
Well, you'll be playing it on your own then. You'll be playing it on your own forever.
A petting snake game. There you go.
I'm going to get the snake game.
Yeah. I'm sure there's one somewhere. Purposely made to terrify people with snake phobias.
I'm quite intrigued about it because I had to go on the.
Fuck. We've just been talking about ghosts. You just... oh. Oh.
I'm off for lunch. I'll be back in about half an hour, 45 minutes. I'll lock the front door if you need to get out.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Oh, my heart. Oh. Oh, my God.
Dude, that's so funny. Your face.
Oh.
That was so funny.
Been hearing creaks over there for the last, 20 minutes. And then he just comes in. Oh. It's all right, I'm fine.
You okay?
Just lower my heart rate a bit. It's okay. Holy shit.
Yeah, so the VR thing.
I'm genuinely sweating. Oh, fucking hell.
I'm intrigued about VR
Mhm.
because I tried the early Oculus when everything was really pixelated and the roller coaster things and all that.
Yeah.
And it was interesting in as much as I knew it was fake because it looked incredibly unrealistic.
Yeah.
But it felt 60 to 70% realistic. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Because of the way, because you could look around it and whatever. Like it was
You still got the feeling of, oh my God, I'm
Exactly.
on a roller coaster, yeah.
And some of those like skydiving things that I looked up for the new Oculus or for the ones, the climbing ones and whatever that they've got for the Valve one, like graphically they look insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm really worried that I'm gonna get addicted to it.
Mm-hmm.
And that I'm going to turn up at your house at like 1 o'clock in the morning. Matt,
Plug me in.
Matt, fire it up. I want to go flying.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. I'm really intrigued by it because, like I said, I haven't touched anything since those very first.
It's going to be very, very cool. I cannot wait. Apparently, it's from the Netherlands. It's in the Netherlands at the moment. I did not know
Really?
it came from there. Yeah.
That's only going to be a couple of days.
Yeah. It's in transit as we speak.
Wow.
So I thought it was going to take like weeks to get here, but
when did they tell you it was in the Netherlands? Today?
Yesterday. So it might
What day is
even
it
be.
today? Tuesday.
Don't know why I looked at my watch. That's only the time. Yeah.
Tuesday today.
Tuesday. So it could be Thursday, Friday.
It might, if you're really lucky, it might even be tomorrow.
Don't do that to me. Oh.
I'm working tomorrow, but I'm so jealous.
It's going to be fun. I'll bring it around. I'll bring the
Yeah.
whole my PC.
Well,
and
we
everything.
should bring it in here. Like, there's enough.
We
space,
could definitely
isn't
set it
there?
up.
We can make something work for sure. I'm gonna be over here. I think Thursday as well.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Because I'm trying to. I've got some Skype calls and some things that I'm doing.
Business.
Things. Big boy things.
Yeah, business things.
Well, that all depends on whether I can get this to a point where the fucking internet works with it.
Yeah, we're struggling with internet connectivity problems at the moment. So ideally, I'd like to do live streaming here at one point,
Yeah.
so we could live stream and get instant feedback of what we're talking about and how much shit we're actually talking, which would be nice. But internet problems at the moment.
Mm.
So eventually, we'll have a Twitch channel.
We've got a lot of plans,
Yes.
but as always, money is the thing that gets in the way a little bit because this shit's not cheap.
No.
And this room needs decking out a little bit more to make things like. I don't know if it gets picked up on these, but there's like car alarms going on outside and children shouting.
Yeah.
Like we need to work out how to get rid of that. It's only a little bit, but that little bit of external noise.
Yeah, we need another camera because we're currently using this one camera and it's just like blown up in OBS to do the two different perspectives. So we need another camera to do a much better quality. But yeah, they're not cheap either.
A gradual upgrading.
Indeed. So there's a Patreon link in the description. Give me your money.
Cap in hand.
Yeah. Oh dear.
But we are going to start putting together some unique content for Patreon and stuff as well.
Yeah.
When we get the time.
Yeah, I mean, we could do one after this. Do some
maybe.
unique stuff for Patreon.
I'm intrigued about that because I've never really I've never subscribed to it to Patreon.
No,
ever. No, I know there's a lot of people that are on it that I like. Ben Wyman's on it and a bunch of other people that I'd like, people that I like, but I've never gone that extra bit to like actually subscribe.
It's good. It's very good. It's very very easy. I mean, I think I'm subscribed to about 3 people, and it's not like signing up to Netflix or anything like that.
Yeah,
It's very very easy. Yeah, and it just takes out
automatically it as well. Like it's, yeah.
I think it's definitely like it's nice to not have to rely on ad revenue for things. And like you can actually like a lot of creators have gone to Patreon because of the fucking YouTube apocalypse and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is.
Well, I suppose look, 'cause the first time I heard about Patreon was when Jordan Peterson was on it because I think he got kicked off or he got deplatformed for. I don't know. He must have said or done something.
Yeah.
I don't really know what it was, but it like. I didn't realise that there's people that make a lot of money on there.
Oh yeah, there's a guy that I watch who I'm subscribed to who is all he does is make Warhammer 40k animations, right? But these are like production, film quality, very 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 good animations, right?
Wow.
And he's one guy, okay, and he's only made 6 of them.
Yeah,
and he's making more than 10 grand a month on Patreon. I think it's more than that actually. I think it's way more than that. But like the quality of these animations is probably it's better than most movies like animations that I've seen. Like it is insane what this guy does.
What? And he's just doing it on his own.
Yeah, he's like I think he's got a little bit of a team now that does different parts, but originally he was just by himself. Like,
is that the equivalent to like a fan fiction?
Yeah. I'll show you later on. It's called Astartes. Warhammer Astartes, and you'll find it.
Oh, okay.
And it's just it's unreal. Like the sound design is what I like the most because it's just perfect. Like I'll let you watch it. It's very very good. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend watching it. I think there's only 6 of them, but it's a little story kind of thing. They're very short as well. I think they're only like 3 minutes long. Some of them a bit longer, but they're very 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 good.
I like the fact that things like Patreon exist, though.
Yeah,
because it just gives people an opportunity to not have to do a regular job if you're good at something.
Yeah, if there's enough people that care about something and you can create, like you can make a living easily. Yeah. If you make something enough people care about, yeah, for sure. I mean, like what was another guy?
What about that guy, that YouTube guy who was on about yesterday? Is he on there? Mr. whatever his name is.
Oh, Mr. B. He does not need Patreon.
No?
No, he doesn't need.
I know nothing about him.
No, it's fine. Mr. Beast, he's like the king of YouTube. Like he understands what people want to watch more than anyone. Like,
so what sort of stuff is he putting out? Is it just?
It's stuff that his last video was, if you steal this $100,000 diamond, you can keep it. And it's like he legit is $100,000 diamond. And he put it in a room and there's lasers and shit. And if you can get through all the lasers, you get to keep the $100,000 diamond. Like straight up.
hell.
He bought a car lot of cars and gave them away for $1. He bought a whole entire store of food, like everything, and just gave it away. He's making a brand new channel to fund a food bank. And all of the proceeds from that channel are going into that food bank.
Wow.
So
it seems like he's not just creating content for the sake of it. Like he's doing.
He's got ideas and he wants to like help. He started the whole Save the Trees. What was it called? Project Trees or something on YouTube. But they planted millions and millions of trees. All over the world, like just from making content.
I like that when people use a platform like that to do worthwhile things.
He's done some insane. He's given away money to thousands of people. Like he's how he started back in, I don't know when it was, but it wasn't even that long ago. It was like 2013, maybe 2012, maybe no, not even that. 2016, maybe. But he's over 50 million subscribers now, almost. But how he started was he counted from 1 to 100,000 in one video. That's it. Like he just sat there. Yeah, he genuinely just sat there and counted to 100,000 in one video.
That's amazing.
He said Jake Paul 100,000 times in one video.
He said
He said the name Jake Paul 100,000 times in one video. That's how
long was that video?
Ages, fucking ages, like 12 hours, maybe even more than that.
What? And he just sat there and went, Jake Paul, Jake Paul, Jake Paul, Jake Paul, Jake Paul.
But it's I can't. It's like it's very hard for me to explain why that's successful, because it's like this Zoomer humor. So Zoomers are like what the kids now, and that's their kind of humor.
I've never heard of it.
Zoomer humor. It's a lot of the thumbnails from the creators that I watch now, including myself, I've done it a few times, is the titles and thumbnails make absolutely no sense. And it's just to cater to like the kids that are watching YouTube.
Yeah.
Like there's a guy that I watch quite a lot. His name is Spoon Kid. That's his name on YouTube. Spoon Kid, right? And his thumbnails and titles are literally one word. There's no capitals or anything, just one word, give. And his thumbnail would be like a picture of a face of his character, and he would get 120,000 views.
What? He's just picking a word at random.
Just pick a word, give. And
That's amazing.
Honestly, it is. He's either in like he's got it to a T. He's incredibly intelligent, or he just does not give a fuck. Like but it's incredible. It's so interesting to see because it's in Mikey like what I play. It's Rust.
Yeah,
and he's just done something different, and he's blown up so quickly. Like he started doing the first things I've seen of him, he was doing like normal generic sort of Rust gameplay footage kind of thing, and he'd cut it together like his whole wipe, whatever. And then all of a sudden he started doing different kind of videos that I haven't seen before on YouTube of Rust. So he did one where he lived in one grid square of the map for a week in Rust, and that was the title. And that blew up to like 3 million views or whatever it is now.
What is he building stuff in that grid square?
He can only like loot and gather in that one grid square, and the map's huge. So there's like 50 or 60 grid squares or whatever. And normally you go and loot everywhere, for example. But he'd stay in this one square for an entire week of playing the game, because at most wipes in Rust are a week long.
Right.
So after that week, everything gets reset and you start again, basically.
Right.
It's a very weird game, Rust, to explain. But he just...
when you start talking about like server wipes and what, I don't PC. I don't play. I don't PC. I Xbox. So, the concept of that seems a bit strange to me.
It's coming to console soon. I think next year probably. Yeah.
So what can you give me like an idiot's guide?
A server is a persistent world, so that if you disconnect from it, your character is asleep on that server.
Yeah.
And if you reconnect, you wake up.
Yeah.
So you're always there, okay?
Yeah.
You can have 300 people on that one map.
Yeah.
And you can gather, you can kill animals, you can build your own base. And the idea behind the game is to build your own base and survive and just gather as much shit as possible, basically.
Right. Okay.
So and in your base, you have like doors, and then other people can craft explosives if they get far enough,
Right.
and they can blow through those doors and take your loot, basically.
Okay.
So the idea of it's like a hardcore survival, but against other players. It's not really against the environment because it's not really doesn't really make much difference. It's always against other players, and it's like this. But he's just done something different that people apparently love.
So if you excuse me, so you have a server with like your 300 people, and you're all doing your thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then when you wipe it, does that just put everything back to square one?
Yeah.
And then
Everyone
just starts
loses
again?
their shit. There's these things called blueprints, which are like blueprints to how to craft things.
Yeah.
So your character can learn these blueprints, right?
Right.
And then if you've learned that blueprint, that will be persistent until the next wipe.
Right. Okay.
So the map wipes, so all of your buildings, all that kind of shit is gone. All of your items is gone. So you start again on that different map, but with previous blueprints if you've learnt them.
Right.
So that's called a blueprint. And you can also wipe the blueprints if you want to, as a server owner.
Yeah.
So there's a blueprint wipe and then a map wipe. That's what they're called.
Right.
Most of the time it's a map wipe. But yeah, like it is a very good game. Yeah. Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Yeah. So, however often, are you limited to how often you can wipe it?
You can wipe it every day if you want. If you're the server owner, you can wipe it every
or you
minute.
can do it like once a month.
Yeah. Most of the time it's once a week. Some of the servers are monthly.
Yeah.
So you can play for a whole entire month on that same world, same map.
Oh, okay.
Gather a
I
shit
suppose
ton of loot.
I suppose it helps keep everything a bit.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why Rust is so popular now, is because every wipe is different. Every wipe, different things happen. You've only got until the end of the week, and then when that week's done, you can start again, start fresh, start new again, and other things. Like every wipe is different because there's so many different variables of what can happen. Like you can fight people, like you're gonna get raided. Your neighbors are going to be cunts. Like, I mean, the community is very toxic. Like, they are like one of the most toxic communities. Like, it's hard to find a friendly player. If you see someone, if you see someone in that game, they are going to shoot you. They are going to take everything that you've got. There is never going to be any talking. It used to be back in the day, people would talk to you before they shot you because you can use voice chat. So your player has proximity voice.
Yeah.
So if you talk, if somebody's near you, they can hear you. But that's not the case anymore. Like you get shot as soon as someone sees you. It's very, very toxic. And they'll like teabag you and fucking they'll go and raid your base and like it's toxic. It's very toxic.
Sounds like fun.
It is good fun. It is fun until the point where you need content.
Yeah.
And then and if you're bad at the game like I am, like I'm terrible at that game. I suck so hard at it. Like, I don't know how. I've got 4,500 hours in that game, and I still suck. I am so bad at it. But at the point where you need content, like your channel is struggling, you need to put out a video. Yeah. There's that pressure of, I have to perform well in this game. I need to do something in this game that people are going to want to watch. Yeah. I can't just run around with my, like, you spawn with rock. So to hit other fucking things, you can't just run around the rock for 10 minutes because people aren't going to watch that. So that's where it gets like to the point where you're like just mentally struggling to even want to turn the game on.
So but way back when, what made you pick that game?
Views on YouTube. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, views on YouTube. So I saw, I think I was playing it. I think Alice introduced me to it. And then I saw that there was this kind of an explosion on YouTube. Mm-hmm. I saw that there was like more views happening every day, like more and more people picking it up, and it was getting quite popular. So I was like, holy shit, I've been trying to do YouTube for so long. This could be the game that propels me to be able to do it. So that's when I started doing it full time, pumping out a video every week on Rust.
Did you like the game though when you first?
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. Like everything about it, I couldn't get enough of it, and I was playing it like constantly and loving every second of it. Yeah. But 4,500 hours in, I fucking hate the game. I can't stand the bloody thing. pisses me off to no end. Like, I've never been so angry until that game came along. Oh my god! Like, because of the pressure of content.
Yeah.
If something bad happens, it's not just I died in a game. That's my paycheck.
Oh. Yeah. See,
Yeah. It's kind of ruined the fun of it a bit.
Yeah. I mean, as much as I'm kind of envious of it, I suppose a little bit, because it is like.
I get paid to play games. It's stupid.
It doesn't matter how you dress it up. Like to a point, you're getting paid to play games.
Oh yeah, it's done.
And it does make me envious, but at the same time, I can't imagine anything more frustrating than not liking the game anymore, but still having to play it because your income depends on it.
Yeah, it is brutal. It's just demoralizing. Like when you see your channel, especially when you see your channel views decline as well, and you're trying to just constantly think of ideas of how I can get my channel back to being propelled to the top again.
Yeah,
like every single night, I don't go to sleep until I've got an idea in my head.
Yeah, I remember you saying, yeah.
I just can't sleep until I've thought, okay, I need to do this, and this, like the next day or something like that.
Wow.
It's part of the job in my
Yeah.
eyes. It's just what you have to do. Like, I mean, I told you about the system they use, and you're always competing against yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good either.
No, I bet it's not.
That's
I
fucking
don't. It's another part of it that I'm not a big fan of.
I've got a friend I was playing with yesterday. He's also got a channel, and his channel's is struggling quite hard at the moment. They used to pull, say, for example, this isn't actually his numbers, but he used to pull, say, 200,000 views a video, and now he's pulling like 50 or 20 or 30.
So what is it that can make it decline like that? Is it just your content's not that good, or just people are fickle and go looking elsewhere?
Yeah, people can get bored. Like there's if I knew that, I'd be fucking.
I suppose.
It's like there's so many variables. A lot of the times, people think that it's YouTube, like not sending out your subscription notifications, like your video's gone live and all this shit. But in my personal opinion, it's because either your content got dry and people got bored. Because if people are bored, they're not going to click or watch. And a lot of the I'm experiencing is your video has to be good for people to click on your next one. It doesn't matter how good your thumbnail or title is. If they've watched a video of yours before and it was shit, they will not click on that next one. I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it?
No, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So that's like if you're just, and it's kind of a double-edged sword because you're pumping out content because it's the game you play for your job, but you're pumping out content at a rate of which you can't make the videos entertaining enough to keep people's attention. Yeah. So they get bored and then they don't click on your videos.
So you have to find that weird sweet spot in the middle.
That's why every 3 or 4 months or so my content changes. Like I think you've seen my thumbnails recently. Yeah. I'm using a green screen now. I'm like because I have to change my content because people got bored of what I was doing before. Yeah. So I've constantly have to keep. So and
I suppose you can so I don't know, say 2 months ago when you started putting stuff up, and you can look at the numbers and go, this isn't like this part of whatever isn't working as well as what I was doing 3 months ago. So now it's time to change stuff up.
Exactly. Yeah. You can tell the instant a video goes live if it's going to be a good one or not. Yeah. It's got to a point I can tell within a minute, 2 minutes, maybe, if the video is going to be a good one, because you get real-time views. So the video goes live, you can instantly see how many people are clicking on that thumbnail. Yeah. Because on the back end, you can see it's got, okay, so 5 minutes in, it's got 500 views. Okay, might be a good one. Yeah. If 5 minutes in, it's got 200 views, fuck. Yeah. Shit video.
5 minutes in, you got 1,000 views, you're like, yeah, okay, this is a good one.
Exactly. So you can instantly tell.
I can't imagine being at a point where you can put something up and then 5 minutes later, 1,000 people have watched it. That seems like, because like the way that I've always assumed things work is that to an extent, 2020 is a bit different because of COVID and lockdown and whatever, I suppose. But I always assumed that if you say you put something up at midday, you're not going to get a good sort of grasp on how well it's doing until the following day, because people are at work and whatever, and they come back in the evening and watch it and whatever. So do you have like a type like I have to the video has to go live by like 6 o'clock in the evening so that you know that people are at home and ready to rock and roll, or
Sometimes
do you,
it depends because a lot of my audience is American. 50% of my audience is American.
is it really?
Yeah, so I don't know
Oh,
how,
wow.
but that's what YouTube tells me. So when I'm uploading a video, I don't. It doesn't really make a difference for me.
No.
I don't know why, but it doesn't make a difference.
Well, I suppose
of what
if you've got
time.
50% here and 50% over there,
Yeah,
like the time difference kind
yeah.
of.
And like going back to what you said, people are at work. If that video goes out, the instant it goes live, it sends out notifications to some of your subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
The most engaged subscribers will get notifications.
Yeah.
If they don't click on that video, it's not going to get recommended to people tomorrow when they're home from work
So you're
because the click-through rate's shit. Why is
so you're
YouTube-
relying on your sort of core
Yeah,
audience
yeah.
to filter it out to the rest
Yeah.
of it.
You have to engage. That's why they say in the talks of like YouTube developers and whatnot, the algorithm, there's no such thing as the algorithm. The algorithm is your audience. If your audience enjoy the video,
Yeah.
it's going to spin up the algorithm. It's going to send it to more and more people. If they enjoy the video, it's going to send it to the broader audience.
So so the algorithm itself isn't actually controlling who sees stuff and who doesn't.
It's your
It's
audience.
the audience itself. Like they are the thing that fuels the algorithm.
Exactly. Yeah. They're one of the same thing. They are equal. They are the same. The algorithm and the audience are equal.
That's mental.
There is so much stuff that goes into being a YouTuber. It's like it is unreal.
What's that? I said to you yesterday. Like I assumed that once you hit that, what's the thing? 1,000 subscribers and what?
Yeah, 4,000 hours of watch time.
4,000 hours and 1,000 subscribers. I thought when you hit that, you just put it to button and went, yeah, and they go right. Okay, so here's your money every month or every week or however.
That
it
is
works.
kind of how it works, but it just depends on how much money.
Yeah. No, but then but I didn't think about the fact that like people get bored if you keep putting out the same content, and you need to do that. Then you have to physically make it, edit it, do all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you've got sponsors, you have to cater to what they need as well. Like I honestly thought, and it's very naive of me, but I honestly thought that most of it was just sat in front of a computer just going, no, I'm just playing. But that's actually, in reality, is such a small part of it.
It's like 10%. It's not even 10%, like 1%. The actual gameplay footage is does nothing. There's so much
mental.
stuff. And
Do
it's
you,
taxing.
Do you ever read your comments?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
On occasion. You've got to like...
Do you
when you're
read
going
them
through
all,
those-
like, do you scroll all the way through, or do
Yeah,
you just do like the first half an hour or so and just have a look and see what your core people are saying?
Yeah, when the video is first live, I do check the comments, yeah. But sometimes I do go back to like some of the comments, but you have to like, when you go to that comment section, you've got to be like, okay, right.
You got
Doesn't matter what they say, you've just got to you got to read it, take it, whatever, and then just move on, because some people are cunts.
Oh yeah, of course.
They are horrible. They are.
Well, people that write comments on YouTube videos, for the most part, like, no, I have to caveat it. People that write shitty comments on YouTube videos, for the most part, are just doing it for the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
I don't ever necessarily think that it's because they hate the content that much, or because they are genuinely that annoyed with it. I think it's just because it's something for them to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've
It
had a
kinda
bad
helps
day
the,
at work and they just enjoy shitting on things.
It helps the video though, because
Does
it's more
it?
engagement.
So even negative comments.
Even negative comments are good, because it's more engagement on the video. That's why drama is so successful on YouTube, because it's just people love engaging with it. They watch all of it. They type comments. They like it. They share it to their friends.
So does the comments part of it, does that help it get filtered out
Slightly.
to more people as well?
Very slightly. The most important thing is watch time.
Yeah.
Average watch time and click through rate. If you can smash those, you will be very successful on YouTube.
So if you have like if I'm asking too many questions and trying to fucking
No, go for
flog this to death for you, man, I'm sorry. If you have a video that's say half an hour long,
Yep.
What? Because you said about watch time, like what percentage of that video do you need people to get through to get to a good average watch time? You need 50%, 60%. I mean, ideally, you want people to do the full. 30 minutes.
In a realistic world, you probably like, for YouTube to promote the video, if you can get an average for a 30-minute video, if you can get an average watch time of 20 minutes, that'll be good. That'll be very good. Yeah, that'll be good. Like I put out 30-minute videos, and I get an average watch time of about 17 minutes, 16 minutes, depending on the video, depending on the content, if it's interesting or not. But yeah, that's borderline 50-60%, I reckon.
Okay.
And they've brought out this thing now where you can see where people drop off on the video. So you can go into the back end and you can see, okay, so 70% of people dropped off on the introduction or something like that, or like 30% of people dropped off on the introduction. And they've got this button that you can hit that's like continuous segments. So it's if people have watched, if a lot of people have watched that part of the video without dropping off, and it will tell you which part of the video that got the most sort of retention.
So you can look at it and go, right, that part,
worked,
that's where everyone dropped off, so that doesn't work. That kept everyone engaged.
Yeah.
And so you can almost plan your content around.
It brings me full circle to the algorithms promoting. I'm doing it now. I'm fucking part of it.
Yeah.
Because I'm creating content that people want to. I want people to stay watching because that's how I get paid. I'm part of the problem. Fuck.
Oh God. Levels on levels on
Yeah,
levels
exactly.
on levels.
Yeah. But
mental.
yeah, I love talking about YouTube. I could talk about it all day. Fucking love it. Like
The more,
side is just
The
phenomenal.
the more I learn about it, the more I'm fascinated by it.
It's incredible. It's really, it's mad that you can make something today or tomorrow. It can blow up. It can get 10 million views.
Yeah.
And you can get 20 grand in your bank next month. Like, what other job in the world has that possibility? It's insane to me. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
I mean, unless
gambling, maybe.
The only ones that I can think of are like jobs where you're on commission, like a car salesman.
Yeah, if 100 people came in
or
tomorrow
like,
and bought
yeah,
a car.
if you sell houses on commission or whatever.
Yeah.
But even then, it's not. I don't even think it's comparable.
There's a person that I've been keeping track of called 5up. Have you heard of this game called Among Us?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he started his channel when Among Us came out, which was only not even that long, like 3 months ago maybe.
Yeah.
He's at 1 million subscribers in 3 months.
Wow.
He streams on Twitch. He gets 13,000 people watching him live because he's very good at the game. Like, he's very, very good at the game, and people will understand that. And every video of his kept snowballing, millions and millions and millions of views. The algorithm was promoting it because people were like watching it, and his career instantly changed overnight. 3 months, he's now making probably 50 grand a month.
Jesus Christ!
Like easily.
Jesus fucking Christ!
It's the power of YouTube. It's insane.
It's amazing.
It's incredible what it can do if you can crack it.
See, monetizing a channel, is that the same? I'm assuming that it's the same. You don't have to start a certain type of channel in order to monetize it. Like anyone can do it.
Anyone can, yeah. As long as you pass their because they review.
The thing that I was thinking about is that all these, like, I've been going back through a lot of the music that came out this year.
Yeah.
Just reminding myself, and I was watching that Godzilla video that Eminem did.
Mm-hmm.
Millions and millions and millions of views.
But
what I'm thinking is his channel must be monetized because you get ads and everything else in it.
Is this a React channel or like
no?
It's his
actual one. Yeah,
that's monetized. 100%.
So that's another way. If you're in a band or you're a rapper or a singer or whatever, that's another. If you can plan your content, I mean, you have to create a lot of content to make a substantial living off it.
Yeah.
But for someone like that, who's, I don't know how many millions of views that video's got now, that Eminem one, but he'll be getting an income from that as well.
Yeah, definitely. It'll go to his label and whatever. They'll have the rights to his music. Another thing you can do is you can make music, you can upload it to services, and then allow people to use that music, and you can copyright or you can monetize their videos with your music in it.
Oh, wow.
Or you could, like, for example, I pay a subscription to Epidemic Sound, which is this platform that allows me to download music and use it in my videos. Yeah. And I have the license for it now because I pay for it.
Yeah.
So I don't get any strikes or anything on my channel.
Right.
If I were to, funny thing is, if I were to not pay that subscription, my entire channel would be deleted.
Really?
Because I would get copyright strikes left, right, and center.
So what? So because is that a thing that you have to sign up to through YouTube?
No. It's a separate entity.
So how does YouTube not copyright strike? Because surely they just...
YouTube has a library of music, and they've got a bot that scours blah 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 and matches if they find something. But because I've got the license to that music, they see that I'm using it, but then Epidemic Sound tells them that I've got a license, I can use it, it's fine.
Okay.
But if I stop paying for that subscription, then I'll get nearly all of my videos would be unmonetizable for me. It would probably still have ads on it, but the money would go to Epidemic Sound. They basically own my ass. Like I am forced to pay that subscription. I mean, it's only like £9 a month or something, but if I stop paying that, fucking hell,
yeah,
I'll be deleted.
Well, yeah, the consequences of not paying it.
Yeah. I dread to think what would happen, but I'm never ever going to stop paying that subscription. Because if you get 3 strikes on your channel, it will get deleted forever. I've got a strike on my channel. I uploaded a video, and it had a link in the description to a giveaway site that I was hosting because I wanted to do like a skin giveaway.
Yeah.
I didn't know that this giveaway site was blacklisted on YouTube.
Right.
It's called Gleam.io. It's like this thing where you can like go on it and then sign up, and then say if you clicked on one of the things, it would be like tweet this and you'd get an entry for the giveaway.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that was blacklisted. So I uploaded the video. My whole channel went like it wasn't quite working.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the fuck's going on? Refresh the page, poof, big pop up saying you've got a strike. I shat myself because I thought because if you get one, you can't upload for like 2 weeks.
Really?
But thankfully this one was just a warning. So they said if you do this again, you're going to get a proper strike.
So
and then you're not going to be able to upload for 2 weeks. Blah blah blah. If you get 3 of those strikes, you're out. Game over.
Jesus.
Like you got to be. I didn't realize, but you got to be hot on it because it is very. It's scary to know that like I don't actually own my channel. Like at any point in time, YouTube could turn around and go, we don't like you. Bye. At any point in time, and it has happened in the past.
Oh yeah,
people
get deplatformed all the time.
Like, if they don't like your stuff, dude, you are gone. Goodbye.
It makes me wonder though if they favour certain types of creators, because like if you take Rogan for example, the amount of times that he's played videos and music and bits on it that he said openly that they get demonetized.
Yeah,
but he must have sidestepped so many copyright strikes.
Probably. And
I wonder whether that's just through luck or whether it's YouTube going, well, he generates a substantial income, so we'll just let him crack on.
There's a difference between a copyright strike and the copyright owner taking the money of the video.
Right.
So if he played a video that was copyrighted, there's an option for that owner of that video to just say, I want the money of that video, I don't want to strike the channel.
Ah, right, okay.
But you also have the option of striking the channel.
Yeah.
So most of the time, they take the money.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, especially when it's on a video, like a channel of that scale, and they're talking tens of thousands of dollars or whatever.
The problem was...
take the money.
Exactly, yeah. The problem was before, I'm not sure if it's still like it, because I don't even dabble in uploading copyrighted music, there's no point. But if you uploaded, even if it was a 30-minute video, and you uploaded like 7 seconds of a copyrighted song, the entire video would be... all the money of all of the ads in the entire video would go to the person who owns that copyright, even though it's only like 7 seconds in that song. It's crazy. It's a terrible system.
So how do these reaction channels work then? Because there are people that play entire songs.
Yeah, there's a thing called fair use policy.
Yeah. Which
allows you to take copyrighted stuff and commentate over it. And I think that's monetizable, but it's a very fine line. Like,
but I suppose if they're doing it for like review purposes.
Exactly,
or
if
whatever.
they're adding any value to the video, then I'm pretty sure they can monetize it. But then again, they've got sponsors and they've got fucking merch and all that kind of shit they make money from anyway.
Yeah, It's just I don't understand how one person can put a little bit of music or a little bit of video into something and have it struck down or whatever. But on the other hand, you've got these people that play entire songs and have no repercussions to it.
Yeah, I agree.
It
makes, and there's a massive double standard as well, because like a creator called Belle Delphine, she's like an e-girl person.
Yeah, I know she is.
And she uploaded a video that was like, it was definitely not suitable for YouTube. And that got taken down.
Yeah.
But Cardi B and whatever,
Yeah.
all those music people uploaded like the same kind of thing.
The WAP video.
Yeah,
and
like
all that,
twerking
yeah.
with paint on their ass and shit. Like, and that didn't get taken down. But it was the exact same thing. But because they're in the music industry, they're heavily protected.
Yeah.
And like YouTube just ignore it. Like, it's like the double standards on YouTube are very high, and you've got to be very careful because they're so powerful and they just take all your shit away.
It doesn't make any sense,
Yeah.
does it?
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
It doesn't.
Like, I don't know. I'm sure someone at YouTube can explain it somehow, but I'm never going to ask them.
No.
I remember Rogan saying he asked for some people from YouTube to go on his thing to explain it, and they turned him down.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
They don't like talking about it, I swear. They can't talk about the algorithm too much because there's always like those bad eggs that will take what they say and exploit it. That's why they say they don't say how the algorithm works, because like how it technically works on a technical level, because people will find out ways of exploiting it.
I think it's inevitable anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, like what was it back in the day? So that's partly the reason why Minecraft exploded, was because YouTube promoted longer videos, and Minecraft was a game that people could play for a long amount of time.
Yeah.
And they'd upload hour-long episodes, and because YouTube's systems back then like just loved watch time, they didn't care about average watch time or anything like this. They'd just promote the shit out of longer videos. That's how Minecraft blew up, because it like literally it was YouTube that did that.
Oh, right.
And it blew up like it took like it was on the front page of YouTube every day, just Minecraft videos.
Wow.
And it recommended them over and over and over and over and over again until it's But it's different now. You have to have engaging content that's entertaining, that has a high click-through rate.
I don't envy a lot of people that have to do that, man. Like, I don't think I'm necessary. Like, when it comes to like sitting down and having a conversation with someone, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But when it comes to sitting at home and having to think about like, right, what am I going to do that's new to keep people engaged? Like, my brain it doesn't work that way, man. I thought about it when the Formula 1 2020 came out on the Xbox. I was like, this is going to be the game that I'll give it a crack, whether it's through Facebook gaming or YouTube or whatever, Twitch. And then when I started running the sort of cogs in my head of like, right, so how is this going to work, and what am I going to do, and how is it going to be different to everyone else's? So I don't know. Like, I can't think on that level. Like, it doesn't. I'm not creative in that way. Like, I'm better when I'm in a. Like, that's why I've never been a musician on my own. I've always been in a band, because that's where I function best as part of a
group.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can do it. I'm so impressed by people that do. People that can do it and make it work and are very successful at it. It's so impressive, because no one's got an attention span anymore. No. It's shocking.
No, they haven't.
Everyone's got ADD. No one's got attention spans. No one's really that interested in anything that's more than sort of 2 or 3 minutes long. So for people to make 30, 40, 50-minute videos and all and do it constantly, and it's so impressive, man. I mean, it must be fucking exhausting.
Yeah. I mean, there's a guy, 100%. There's a guy I watch, or used to watch. His name's Stevie, and he makes hour-long videos. He basically makes feature-length films on Rust.
Jesus.
Hour and a half long. I think one of his was 2 hours long. But he's recently applied to join. Have you heard of FaZe? I'll be very curious. Have you heard of the gaming group? Like,
no.
They're very, very mainstream in the gaming world of like competitions and Fortnite and all that shit.
All right, okay.
Call of Duty. Very, very popular. And this guy, Stevie, has just become top 20 in like the finalists to get into FaZe. And he's a Rust creator, so it's kind of exciting. He's hopefully going to bring Rust to like more and more audience, more people. That's very cool. Where have you been going for an hour and 40 minutes? Fucking hell.
Winners.
Jesus Christ.
Longest yet.
God damn. If you're listening to this, I apologise. Jesus Christ.
I think we got a bit carried away.
Yeah.
Should we call it a day then?
I think we should, yeah.
I need to have a wee.
Yeah, I definitely need to do that. I've drank this entire coffee and it's not good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for watching.
Jesus Christ, it's 1:30. Jesus Christ.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah. It's good talk.
Yeah.
I could talk about YouTube all day. Like every day, all the week, all day. It's amazing. Oh, well, thank you very much. And we'll see you next time. Next week. I don't know when we
What
start.
is it today?
It's Tuesday, isn't it?
Tuesday. We'll get another one in this week, won't we?
Yeah, should be able to. Cool. Bye.
Bye.